secret conversation method. In this video, I'm going to tell you exactly how a 1% man speaks to women in person to make them addicted. Because if you want women to chase you and whatever it is that you want in dating, if you're not mastering the date conversation, if you're not triggering emotion on a psychological and subconscious level, then no woman is going to chase you. And this exact method is going to break down every single step of the way, exactly how you need to speak and present yourself to women so that they leave the date wanting to chase you home, which is what we all want, so long as you're going out with women that you actually truly desire. So let's get started. The first thing we're gonna look at, if you look at my beautiful handwriting, is there's verbal and there's nonverbal. Both are very important at every single stage. Not just the words you say, but how you're saying it. How do you present yourself as a man? What is your body language like? All these things are very, very important. So the first part of this video is the first impression. This is before we even get into talking. This is from the moment she sees you on that first date, right? The moment you walk up to her, pick her up, meet her somewhere, this is that first impression, okay? The reason this even has its own slate here is because of how important it is. People form a first impression in seconds, okay? You don't have time to mess this up. You need to absolutely nail the first impression when you meet up with this girl. The first thing you'll see for verbal is you want to start with playfulness. Now, how are we playful though? Because you need to do it in the right way. It has to be tasteful, okay? A lot of guys get playfulness and banter wrong and they just start insulting the girl. That's not gonna fucking work, okay? That's not going to work. It needs to be playful, but based on rapport. So before you meet up with this girl, you should know something about her, right? You had some sort of conversation, whether you met her at a coffee shop or you met her online, you know something that you can use as playfulness. Okay, that could be if she's 5 minutes late, you could make fun of her about being late and what she's been doing and blah blah blah, yada yada, whatever you can pull. That's context-based, rapport-driven, and be playful with it and tease her about it. That starts it off on a fantastic note. Now, what does this mean really on a deeper psychological level? Men that are not afraid to be playful and to tease women based on rapport, common ground, are protectors. They're masculine. Why? Because you're not afraid to potentially offend somebody. And that means to them, he is strong. Because women are deathly afraid of offending anybody and being liked because they are weak and feminine. And so you need to do the fucking opposite of that. Which, in this psychological example, in your first impression, is tease her about something that makes sense based on rapport. Again, it could be anything. Now, you want to induce a feeling of silliness. Why? Okay, if you know anything about what I teach and how I help my clients, it's on a super deep psychological level. Because I can tell you to do something and you could agree with me and do it. But how well are you going to execute if you don't know on a psychological level why we are doing the things we're doing to women? That's why I do it. Why do we want to induce silliness? Why do we want to do any of these things? You understand the playfulness and the rapport and all that stuff is going to induce the feeling of he's a protector, he's not afraid, right? But why silliness? Silliness because you have to understand, when a woman first meets any man, their anxiety is through the fucking roof. You think you're nervous? You should see what's going on in her mind. Massive nervousness. Is he gonna like me? Do I look fat? Does my hair look good? Do my nails look... I mean, like, the insecurity and the anxiety and the worry is through the fucking roof with women. They just conceal it, okay? They conceal it with their selfies and blah, blah, blah on the prize. No, okay? When you're meeting up with them, they're so fucking nervous, it would blow your mind if you actually knew the thoughts going on in their head. So why do we want to make them silly out the gate? We want to disarm them. We want to take all of their anxiety and throw it in the trash by making them laugh and making them comfortable. Why do we want to do that though? Let's go a step further. So long as a woman feels negative emotions around you, they will not like you. It's impossible for a woman to feel negative emotions such as anxiety, such as worry, such as fear, and have genuine attraction to you. They have to feel good emotions, which equate to attraction and comfort. And we erase those negative emotions from the get-go when we're playful, when we have banter. They can't be in a state of anxiety when they're laughing. It's fucking impossible. And now, within milliseconds of me meeting this girl, have I got her in this good emotional state, and she's laughing and she has banter. She forgot she has anxiety. She forgot she's insecure. She's feeling comfortable. She likes me already. Okay, I can breathe. Okay, I laughed. Okay, I can breathe. Boom! That's a first impression that no woman will ever forget. The problem with most guys' first impressions, though, I'll get into the nonverbal. The problem with most guys' first impressions is they're very nervous, right? You do your best to hide it, but you're nervous. And so you treat it very formally because you're timid and you're afraid of offending them or doing anything wrong. Because you're afraid of doing anything wrong, you treat things very surface level. Like, hi, nice to meet you. Was the drive okay? This just prolongs their anxiety. But you can break it down and chop it down immediately and have them feeling silly when you know how to do this the right way. Now, in terms of nonverbal, because again, it's equally, if not more important than the words you say to women, big smiles and do a hug. No fucking handshakes, okay? Big smiles, comfort, 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 okay? And I don't mean be gay and be weak and be like, oh my God, hi. I'm not saying any of that shit, right? I'm saying I'm smiling, what's up, it's nice to meet you, give them a little side hug, what you've been doing, tease them, blah, blah, blah. Smooth, with a smile, with a hug, comfort, 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 okay? We need to demolish the anxiety as soon as fucking possible. We do that by being warm. Masculine, but warm. Eye contact, hug, smile, strong tonality, strong presence, and tease them and making them feel silly. That's going to trigger on a subconscious level. I feel comfortable. I feel safe. He can protect me. I like him. Out of the fucking gate, okay? Confident and in control presence. Super fucking important. This is first minute. It's really the first 10 seconds, but this is the first minute of you meeting this girl. Very, 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 very important. Okay, maybe you're like finding your seat at a table, or maybe you're like just going somewhere with her. But when you meet her, you have to crush this first impression. Crush it. Crush it because it's much harder to get it back if you don't. You want to set off on the right foot. Now, let's talk about the beginning. Okay, this is like the first 15 minutes, maybe even the first 10. Okay, and this is what I call the beginning stage, where we are leading the energy of the interaction. We are in charge, and we take assertive control, but we do it in a way that you don't think we do. A lot of guys think, I gotta be in charge, so I'm gonna talk about myself and talk. No, we are in charge by being calculated with our questions. As a reminder, women are emotional. And so if you are conversing and speaking to a woman in a way that does not create the right emotions, that is going to lead her attraction to plummet. Her attraction increases when we know how to speak in command and lead the dynamic in a way that makes them comfortable. How do we do this? Okay, so after the first impression, we want to dominate the flow with questions. Super important though, the right questions, because you can't just ask them any question. It needs to be relevant, it needs to make sense, it needs to be based on the existing rapport you know about this woman, because the only questions that get women in a good positive state are questions they know how to respond to. They're comfortable talking about. They're not uncomfortable questions. When you ask uncomfortable questions, like super logical things, rational things, negative things, any of these things way too fast, way too soon, anxiety increases, attraction goes down based on emotion. So we need to understand who this girl is to some degree before we meet her. If she likes to go to the gym, ask her about the gym. Ask her about her fitness journey. Ask her what made her get into it. Open up the can of worms for her to yap about a point of conversation that she is super comfortable talking about and she clearly has a passion about. That is how you lead it, okay? And you want to expand on these points when she starts giving you answers, okay? The reason you do this is because you are going to fill every little small gap of silence with more questions to make her feel more comfortable and not give her information about you, because then you're still mysterious. A lot of guys will start off the first date and they will go, oh yeah, I like to do this, I like to do that. What do you like to do? Oh yeah, me too, I like to do this, I like to do. You're giving way too much fucking information. Okay, when she says about her fitness journey, we'll stay on this example. Well, when she says about her fitness journey, oh, I got into fitness about 5 years ago. Like, it was during COVID and I was at home and I wanted to do things and blah, blah, blah. And so I got into fitness. Okay, she's gonna give you the answer. She may ask you a question back, or she may just end it there, a statement. You're going to immediately follow and say, oh yeah, COVID was such a crazy time. Where did you quarantine? Were you with your family? Flow, 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 flow. And she's doing 80% of the talking. We're doing 20%, but we're the ones in charge because we are telling her, speak now, bitch, in a playful way. Do you get it? Because if you're on your heels and you're ranting about yourself, you're going on monologues, etc., uninteresting, boring. Women want to feel things. They don't care about what you have to say. They care about how they feel. All through and through. And so we do this by filling gaps with relevant rapport-based questions through fluid conversation. And so that COVID question could have gone to, oh yeah, I was with my family, I was in Texas, I was doing this. Oh yeah, that was such a crazy time. Like, so what kind of workouts were you doing when you were quarantined? Do you see how I'm giving a little bit of input and then boom, fluid question? This is the flow that makes them super relaxed, super comfortable, because they know how to answer all these fucking questions. and it makes them feel good. It makes them feel good that the conversation's going well. I think he actually likes me because he's asking all these questions. He must be curious about me. I'm relaxed because I know what to say and there's no awkward silence. They're thinking about all these things on a subconscious level, and you're solving all these problems because you are a fluid master of this method that can just fill the gaps with little questions. And they're talking, and they're comfortable, and they're yapping. Oh yeah, okay, yeah. All right, genuine intrigue. When they ask you something back, small answer, right back into a question. Easy money. This is how you dominate the beginning of the conversation. And you start off with that great energy, right? That confident, high energy, because they're going to follow your lead and they're going to forget they have anxiety and all these emotional things, right? Nonverbal, engaged and attentive, okay? Hand motions. Oh, that's so interesting. Like, where were you quarantined, right? Boom, boom, boom. Tonality, up and down. Genuinely wanting to ask them fucking questions and to hear them talk. And then we just sit back. Oh, interesting. Blah, 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 blah. That's the moneymaker. That is how you make them feel drawn to you, comfortable around you immediately. I've had women I just met be like, I feel really comfortable around you. Yeah, I know, bitch. I'm Yoda. You don't have to tell me that. But they don't even know what's going on. They're clueless. And meanwhile, I'm just a puppet master because I know how to induce emotions in women that increase attraction. And this is how you fucking do it. Now, that's the first 20 minutes of you being 20 minutes of you being high energy, inquisitive, right? Asking a bunch of questions, getting them engaged, getting them yapping. Okay, at the end of this 20 minutes, they're super fucking comfortable with you. Okay, they'll start talking about random shit. They'll start yapping. They'll start talking about all this stuff. This is the beginning stage. Now, the middle stage, and what you'll notice is what I didn't draw because I don't have the room. This is one big roller coaster of emotion. Okay, first impression, we're going boom, really high. In the beginning, we're maintaining it, and we're going to slowly taper down from middle to end. That is the sequence, and I'll tell you why right now. The sequence is this because we need to get them in a peak state, right? We need to disarm them. We need to do all the things I talked about. Boom, we take them up, and we maintain that in the beginning to maintain their comfort and to erase all the fear, all the worry, all the anxiety, all the comfort. We slowly drop down our emotional state, our energy, our effort, because if we maintain this peak beginning state the entire fucking time, it's too much. They got it. Not interesting. Okay, this guy's just super high energy, whatever. But when we're dropping it down, it makes them want it even more. They crave it even more. They want to put in more effort to get more of it. Okay? So now in this middle section, the 20 to 40 minute, and obviously this is going to range based on, the context of the date and of the conversation. Verbal. Now we can start to engage a little bit more with things we input into the conversation. Okay, so the first half of it is very question-based. The back half is like, okay, yeah, but have you ever considered this? And you start to slowly give your opinions on things. Okay, now why do we want to do that? And I can give you an example. We could just run the gym example the whole time. But the reason is you want to show in this middle section that he is opinionated. I might not know shit about him, and I feel really comfortable. But he disagrees with me, and he is so comfortable disagreeing with me and having his own opinions. It's kind of interesting. It's kind of interesting that, and by the way, we're weaving in banter, right? The banter never really can end, right? We're just kind of weaving it in, but we're lowering our effort here. And we're starting to come across with our own opinions, right? The beginning half, it was all them, they're all yapping. Now they might say something to you, and now you're like, okay, I'm more comfortable with this girl. We have more rapport now. Now I'm gonna honestly disagree with this girl because I need to show that I'm a fucking man. And I have my own opinions. You don't want to be super agreeable. So for example, let's stay on this gym girl. Hypothetical gym girl. And so the gym girl is going to maybe now we're talking about places to live and locations and food, right? That's something that people talk about. So you're talking about food, and she says, I love something and it's something you don't like. Tell her, okay? Tell her. In the beginning half, you might have bit your tongue and let her yap. Now we're in the middle half. Now we're gonna tell her. Maybe she loves Persian food, okay? Or Thai food. I don't really like Thai food personally. So let's say she loves Thai food. And now we're talking about food. We went from gym to food to travel, whatever. And we're in the middle second, and she's talking about Thai food. And I'm gonna be like, you like Thai food? I'm gonna start challenging her. You like Thai food? By the way, she's already comfortable, right? She already knows I'm Big Daddy. And so now we're starting to show and introduce submission, the fun stuff. And so now, because she's comfortable, right? Because this wouldn't work in the beginning. If within the first second she's like, I love Thai food, I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Anxiety through the roof. She's not there yet. Okay, we gotta warm them up to submit. We gotta warm them up to take our lead. Now we're in the middle. We're there, and she's like, I love Thai food. I'm like, really? What do you get at a Thai restaurant? Oh, I like this, I like that. I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I've never loved Thai food, to be honest. I think out of all the other fucking foods in the world, Thai's probably near the last. No way, really? Oh, really? You think that? Yeah, do you think it's better than this and this and this and this? Well, see, your last meal is never going to be Thai food. And now I'm just winning conversations. Obviously, that's a playful one. Obviously, this isn't like super serious, but I need to show that I am opinionated and that I do have opinions and I'm not going to agree with you on fucking everything. And this is the way it is with weaving in the banter, right? I weaved it in because I'm like, obviously, you're in your last dying meal. You're going to order a fucking Thai dish. Get out of here. You're lying. Banter and assertiveness. So we're slowly introducing to her the fact that we do have opinions. And this is actually how we feel. And this, you're actually fucking wrong. Because this is going to lead them to comfort plus submission. Nonverbal. At this point, the touch barrier should be broken. For sure. For sure, for sure, for sure. And if it's not by her, then just give her like one of these backhanded little like, Thai food? You're nuts. You're crazy. Lean back. Lean the hell back. You want to be so fucking relaxed at this point. At this point, as you're moving through this conversation, you want to be lean back, spread your legs open wherever you're sitting. Hopefully you're sitting, you're not standing. And you're just like, I'm in charge. Clearly we know I'm in charge. You're already in love with me. You're answering all my questions. You're so fucking happy to be on this date. You're so comfortable. Blah, blah, blah. Thai food sucks. That is the aura that generates absolute fucking addiction from women. Okay. Now that's the middle beef. That's the middle beef of the course. Now the outro. Okay, 40 minutes and beyond. Your effort should be much lower at this point when it comes to conversation. Because now she is all riled up, she's comfortable, and she's the one. We're changing the tide. We start there and we end down here. Because now they're super engaged. Oh, he has opinions and he makes me feel comfortable. And I'm interested. Oh, now she's going to be doing the majority of the talking and everything. Trust me. And you'll just be nonchalant. You'll just be like, whatever. Yeah, this, that, for sure. Yeah. Easy stuff. Easy, low effort. She'll be so comfortable at this point and yapping. Let her do it and don't something. Always let her yap. Let her yap. Be very relaxed. Be nonchalant. Okay? Don't be afraid to offend them. Don't be afraid to have opinions. Don't be afraid to be disagreeable. Doesn't matter. Women love it. Women fucking love it. Oh, wow, he makes me feel comfortable and he asks me good questions and he has opinions and he disagrees with me. This is what a true man should feel like. That's on a subconscious level exactly how they're feeling. Because you're hitting so many emotional and psychological trigger points with this cycle. And you can run this game on every fucking girl. I sound like an evil Bond villain. But this should be your game plan with conversation with every woman. Because it works to a fucking T. You need to get them in peak state. You let them carry that. You drop off effort. They increase effort. Attraction increases. You show opinions. You show you're not afraid to disagree in a playful banter way because that's healthy. Women don't want an agreeable guy. They want a guy that is disagreeable. This method will have you an assassin in the dating world. But if you really want to master it and master the entire 1% man system I teach my one-on-one clients, make sure to apply below. I don't know if it's going to be a good fit to work with me because I'm very, very selective in who I work with, but apply below. I'll work with you one-on-one. I'll literally text girls for you so that you literally never fumble again. If you want to learn how to become unreadable with women for just $47, I have another small course below. Check that out. I'll see you in the next video.